board. Alright, so Hive 2 is done, and once again, like I said, no queen located, no eggs that I could tell, and we're going to adjust to Hive 1. Let's see if this looks a little better here. See if we can get a better view of it. Now, remember, Hive 1 just had a medium box with a lot of food stores. It had nothing in this last time. So, pull off the lid. Alright, so this time I'm going to go to the bottom deep box first. That way I can see if I can find the queen before I start messing with all the boxes on top. Good news is that's heavy as crap, so I know there's a lot of honey in it and a lot of food reserves. There was a lot of honey in food reserves previously, and as I look down in here I can see on this end there's empty frames, on this end there's empty frames or nearly empty frames, but I can see a congregation of bees right here in the middle. So I'm going to pull the outside frames first. As I said earlier, pretty much empty, just some foundation and some bees cleaning it up or preparing it. Let's see how the other side looks. So bees do like to work from the inside out. So once again, more foundation with very little honeycomb on it. Now as the frames move in, I have a few more bees here, but no real change. Until there's sufficient honeycomb on here, I wouldn't expect to see the queen laying in it. So right now I can say it's unlikely I'm going to find a queen down here. And as I recall, there were swarm cells in this top one. So there's a good chance that there is a queen in this hive. And I say that because there's a ton of bees still. Same, still working on foundation. Remember, this was a brand new hive. Okay, we're starting to see some foundation being built, so that's a good sign. Once that's built up, a queen can lay eggs, which is our whole goal here. The real goal of this one is to get some egg laying activity. Once again, we got some comb being drawn out, a little bit on this side. Nothing happening in it yet that I can tell. Same case. I think it's going to be the same throughout these ones. Kind of amazing how loud these things can be for for just some buzzing bees. You can hear, if you could hear down inside the actual hive, I mean, they are really making some racket. All right, so the next one is here, and like I said, if I don't find a queen here, then well, I guess she's somewhere. Let's do a little smoke break. Smoke if you got them. Now down in here, when I look at this one, number one, I know this one has been really heavy. Just moving it was pretty heavy for a medium box. I'm kind of surprised at how heavy it is. When I look at it, I can see the honeycomb where the frame is. I can see on the outer edges, I can see honeycomb on it, and so I expect there to be a lot of honey here. I might. So one question I have then is, with all that honeycomb, I could put a medium super up here and have them start building that out, but I really want to force them down in here. I want the queen down there. I want honeycomb drawn. I want to see evidence of the queen laying something. So I don't want to put a box on top, encouraging them to go up there. So I don't know how much each of these frames weighs when they're full of honey. But they feel like they weigh a lot. Okay, so I have some wet honey there. As I come over to this side, look at that. I don't know if you can see that, but that's just beautiful. Beautiful honey. I'm going to set it aside. Alright, this frame looks a little emptier than some of the others. So they're building some wax there, some foundation, and this looks like an old one, so they're cleaning this one up and getting it ready, I guess. Or at least as likely, all that space might be being used by the frames next to it, because this frame next to it is a monster. Here we go. So we can see, especially up here at the top, that's a big old chunk of wax there. It might be why the other one that's next to it has almost nothing. I can see a lot of capped honey and a lot of uncapped honey and some brood cells. I can see where some of the former swarm cells were. Another big one. There's honey in there. There's nectar in there. I don't see a queen or any egg laying activity. Let me switch it to the other side. Lots more of the same thing. On this side I got more capped stuff than I do on the other side though. I see some swarm cells. One of them's open, so maybe, who knows. A lot of bees, which tells me there has to be a queen still in one of these at least. Honey is here. Okie doke. So I got some bare foundation here. They're still putting honeycomb up there, and they're also filling it. There's quite a bit of nectar in there. At the end of the day, there has to be some eggs. And we can see on this one there's some drone cells, which is good to see. A little bit of that. What I haven't seen in this one that we saw when this one relocated here was there was you know, probably almost 10 actual swarm cells at the bottom. That some of them were damaged, but I don't see a lot of swarm cells in these, and the ones that I do see are open already. So once again, we got some capped honey. At some